Hi folks, this is Elgin Subwaysurfer Bolling, your creative caricature marketing consultant. And if you have been, oh yeah, this is a highlighter, kind of cool, right? Anyway, this is Elgin Bolling, your creative caricature marketing consultant, and I want to talk to you today about a term that you probably heard called the self-taught artist. Now I can stick out my chest and say, yeah, I'm a self-taught artist. You've heard that before. And usually people who say they're self-taught artists, we usually say it with a certain kind of pride. Now the reason for that is secretly we're saying that we're better than you. Actually, that's what we are saying. What we're saying is that if you were unfortunate enough to have so-called formal training, through an art school where you had to sit under teachers and listen to lectures and have textbooks handed to you and were exposed to certain things where your teacher kind of spoon-fed you information and you swallowed it and got your degree. We're trying to say, us self-taught artists, that we're better than you because we were just such geniuses that we came up with this stuff in our head, and in a lot of cases we're better than you. That's what we are saying. Yes. Now, here's a revelation I had last night. I really thought hard about you guys, you formally trained guys. And I gotta say, I kind of owe you an apology. And I don't kind of owe you an apology. I do owe you an apology. Because it just occurred to me that the so-called term self-taught artist is nothing to be proud of. In fact, it's a myth. We're all self-taught artists. Let me tell you why that's true. Okay, the so-called self-taught artists, like me, here's what we do. Here's how we become good. We find books. We find videotapes, whether online or whatever. We find other artists, other instructors who we kind of hang around to teach us. Basically what we do is we make up our own curriculum. If anything, we're self-driven. Nobody drives us to do these things. But we do look at sources, books, tapes, other artists, other resources to acquire the skills that we acquire. Now, the formally trained artist does the same thing. He has instructors, he has books, he has resources, he has materials, just like us. The one thing that binds us together is this. Once we have all of that material in front of us, we've got to pick up the pen, we've got to get out the paper, and we've got to do the work. We've got to practice. See, what a teacher can do, they can point you in the right direction, but only you can do the work. The bottom line is it doesn't matter how many, it really doesn't matter how you get to the information, whether you're self-directed, like the so-called self-taught artist, or whether a teacher puts something in your hands and makes it a little easier for you to get access to the information. The bottom line is that you have to have the discipline to do the work. You. The teacher doesn't do it for you. The teacher can't do it for you. Your friends can't do it for you. Your favorite artist can't do it for you. You have to sit down and make your own discoveries of how to work. Essentially, that's self-taught, isn't it? You got to teach yourself. You got to be your own critic. You got to be your own judge of your work. You have to do your own struggling. Okay? And if you practice assiduously, I love that word, assiduously, that's why I used it. Anyway, if you practice assiduously, you will become a good artist. And by the way, on this whole self-taught artist thing, man, I've seen self-taught artists that suck. I've seen formally trained artists that suck. I've seen formally trained artists that are very good. And I've seen so-called self-taught artists who are very good, like me. I might not be using the term self-trained artist anymore, but I'm still good. Okay? So, is there a moral to this? If there's some kind of moral to this, it's like the next time somebody tells you that I'm a self-taught artist, like that's supposed to mean something, you just tell them this. We're all self-taught artists, moron. This is Elgin Subwaysurfer Bolling, your creative caricature marketing consultant.